All right, like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. It's Netflix time. This joint is called Black Beach. A lawyer with a promising future is forced to deep dive into his past when he agrees to negotiate with an old friend turned kidnapper. So it's a Spanish action adventure film that came out last year. It's about 2 hours long. So let's just get right into it. Spoiler alert. So we got our boy Carlos here. He's about to conduct some business. Wife just chilling in bed, who's about 8 months pregnant. He's set to go meet this guy named Donovan. Now they work for this oil company and I think they're trying to get back a certain set of papers. So him and his wife head over to this gala, but obviously he's there to conduct business. And it turns out the situation for him is more personal than we thought. See, Carlos has to go to Africa and find out about a kidnapping by the people named Ada and Kalisto. It turns out Ada is somebody that he knew a long time ago and Kalisto is her boyfriend. So he tells his wife to settle in New York, meanwhile, while he takes this business trip down to Africa. So the guy that was supposed to be kidnapped is this dude named Campbell, and they feel like Kalisto has something to do with it. Kalisto and Ada. So he gets down there to talk to the Bureau of Investigations, but we're not really sure if they're willing to help to get him the papers, or that they're just trying to find the kidnappers, or like whatever the situation is. All we know is that he needs to find Ada and Kalisto. And this lady named Kime is the one that helps him around, navigating, driving him around and stuff. But they got a history too, kind of. So they take him to this guy's house who pretty much runs the city and give him whatever information he needs on the situation. He wants to get him to a club spot so they can talk further business down there. But Carlos is not waiting around. He's gonna do some investigating on his own. So he goes to Ada's old spot, but she's not there. This lady tells her that her grandma might know. She gives her some information and tells her that she actually had a son. A son he clearly didn't know about. He goes to the club and talks to this chick named Bibi that he knows from his past, and it turns out she knows exactly where Ada is. After they get all these passports to get to a place called Black Beach, which is technically a prison, he finds Ada, who they're holding captive. He threatens the guard to get him some medical care because she'll pretty much die in there. They get her to a hospital where she's being taken care of. She tells him that she did have a son, but the son is his. And she named him Kalisto after the boyfriend. So they kept the knowledge from him of having a son, and he's like 9 years old now. So they get some information together and they go find Kalisto. They get on a boat and he travels through this murky forest, or like island or whatever, and finds this hut that he's been sleeping in. He slept there the whole night only to wake up and only to find Kalisto pointing a gun in his face because, he doesn't trust him. Well, not so much doesn't trust him, he doesn't trust the people that he's working for. The crazy thing is he didn't recognize that the police were following him. He tries to bring him out peacefully, but the police end up shooting him anyway. Damn. But the police wanted Kalisto dead because they found fingerprints on the gun that killed Campbell. Yeah, he found out that Campbell was killed. So they get Carlos to the hospital and these guys keep asking him about these papers. And I'm thinking to myself, what papers are they talking about? Turns out these papers are something that could liberate Africa and shut down the landscape when it comes to the oil and mines or whatever. Bottom line is these papers are worth anywhere between $10 and $15 million. But the crazy thing is throughout all this, he finds out that Ava actually died in the hospital. It's like, man, this shit is fucked up, man. So he's spazzing out. The only thing he could do now is look for the papers and look for his son. He goes back to the grandma's house, but the militia came through and murked everybody, except for the one girl that stayed there who's about to help him get the papers, which she casually hands over to him. And of course, the police have been tailing him the whole time too. He's trying to get away. It's a big shootout. It's mayhem. His homegirl been driving around, gets shot the fuck up. He's about to kill Carlos if he don't give up the papers. Then the peoples of the land come through and murk that nigga. All hell breaks loose as he's mourning the death of his friend. He finally meets his son. He takes pictures of the oil construction papers. He grabs his son and gets him the hell out of Africa. He talks to Donovan, but he don't trust him because he thinks he on some bullshit. He's back at home with his wife. He explains everything to her, especially how he has another kid. He got people still following him and shit. Somebody vandalized their house while they were gone. He tells Donovan that anybody comes near his family, he's going to threaten to kill him. He talks to his mom, who actually works for the MIA. He turns on the news next day and finds out that his mom is just as corrupt as any of them. I guess a couple months goes by because he has a baby and he's prepared to make a conversation with his mom. She starts giving him information about the money, the trades, everything. Unbeknownst to her that he was wearing a wire the whole time. So she's gonna go down with Donovan and everybody else. Damn. All in all, this is one hell of a movie. Black Beach on Netflix. Check it out. Like, click, and subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is, Mr. Ow, big, who the goddamn slogan.